What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about each and every one of the new Heisman Hopeful cards added to College Football 25 Ultimate Team. Now, right now, the card art's kind of glitched. You guys can see like the Ole Miss kind of filler card art in there, as well as if you go in here to the marketplace, like the packs aren't even out. So kind of an interesting situation. I'll continue to update you guys throughout today if you guys do stay tuned to the YouTube channel. Also, guys, thank you for 6,000 subscribers. Really do appreciate the support. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So if you are new here, do watch the videos, please smash that subscribe button again. Really do appreciate all of the recent support. So now let's dive into the new Heisman Hopeful cards. Again, it's kind of ugly to look at, so we got to look at it together because I don't like looking at this card art, but we got to start at the bottom, work our way to the top. But it's interesting because, like, why is Carson Beck's base card in? I don't even know what's going on with the Heisman Hopefuls. Obviously, there are some new cards in here, but there are some core elite cards as well in this set for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so maybe they just updated it so you can pull the core elites out of these Heisman Hopeful packs. I don't necessarily know. But what I do know is I'm going to be going over the new cards today. Ben Gulbranson up first, 85 speed, really solid accuracy all across the board. 78 carrying. I always look at that because I hate when my quarterback fumbles. It drives me absolutely nuts, absolutely bonkers. Pretty solid speed, pretty solid accuracy, just a pretty solid overall quarterback here in Gulbranson. I can't really sit and complain too much about this card. I like what this card gives me on the field. Nothing like crazy here for this card, but definitely is a card budget quarterback that is solid enough to play and compete in the game. Next up, we do have a cornerback from Nevada. Kane Savage, 86 speed, 87 acceleration, really solid in man coverage. If you play any zone coverage, it's about the worst cornerback for his overall in the entire game. Only 5'11" as well. I'm going to hold back on this card. I don't love this card, okay? He's undersized. His speed and acceleration, man coverage is solid. But if you're only 5'11", it's tough for me to be super high on the card. Again, if you run a lot of man coverage, Savage isn't the worst. But I do think there are going to be better options for your specific squad. Karlaftis up next. No way this card still plays, or this guy still plays for Purdue. I feel like he's been there forever. The Boilermakers. They're struggling this year. They about had a big win last weekend, though. 85 speed, 86 acceleration, good strength, solid block shed, or decent enough block shed, decent enough power move, decent enough finesse move. He is just an overall solid linebacker. Like, there's nothing crazy he does. They label him as a power rusher, but I think he's like a balanced outside linebacker. There's nothing crazy he does. He has decent height, decent speed, decent block shed, decent power move, decent in coverage. He's just an overall solid outside linebacker. I don't love the card because he doesn't specialize in something, but he's a decent outside linebacker. Ethan Miner, pass protector from Ole Miss, solid offensive lineman. Pretty balanced, better pass blocker slightly than run blocker, but just a balanced overall center in the game. Not a whole lot that I can complain about here for Ethan Miner. Do I recommend you guys picking him up? I mean, if you want to, if you're a Mississippi State fan, but this card is just okay. I'm not going to sit there and talk too much about it. He's just a solid center in the game. Okay, they finally fixed some things. Okay, Restrepo. Up next, Xavier Restrepo. Let's see what he gets into. 86 speed, 86 jump, solid route runner. Only 5'10", though. Obviously, good speed, solid overall card, but with the 5'10" ability of Restrepo, going to be tough to justify. Juke move, not great either. We'll see about this card. I just think with all the great wide receiver cards we have in the game right now, it's going to be tough to pick up or to justify using Restrepo in the game. Tiger Shanks up next. Let's see, right tackle out of UNLV. Another UNLV player. 89 strength, really solid pass blocker. Way better pass protector than run blocker. If you throw the ball a lot, if you throw the football a lot, Shanks could be one of the best right tackles for you guys in the game. Genuinely, like, he is an absolute beast, pass protector-wise, at that right tackle position. It just comes down to, does that fit your specific need, specific squad at that right tackle position? I like this card quite a bit, though. I think this card is an absolute beast, especially in pass protection. Don't overpay for offensive linemen. They're not that important. But if you do want to pick them up, there you go. Chris Paul Jr.? Wait, is this Chris Paul's son? I don't think it is, but kind of an interesting situation for Ole Miss. 87 speed, 88 acceleration, really solid block shed, solid enough hit power, solid in zone coverage. Let's see, what is his height? 6'1" as well. solid guy. This guy is a guy that I am a massive fan of. Is he as good as Dolak? I think he's on that similar type of level. I just like cards that are overall solid players. Block shed, good. Zone coverage, good. Speed, good. Acceleration, good. There's no flaws in this card whatsoever. Even getting after the quarterback guys, I wonder what those stats are like. I'm trying to find them here. Can't even see what getting after like his power move or finesse move stats are. But overall, I don't mind this card. I think this is a card that can play for you guys. Not going to be perfect, but a really solid middle linebacker. One of your top 2 or 3 middle linebackers probably in the entire game. I think after Dolak, I'd probably take Chris Paul Jr. Rocco Spindler up next, a 90 strength. Decent pass protector, better run blocker, 6'5", 324. My goodness, an absolute tank is Rocco Spindler at that right guard position. For everybody complaining that we don't have a lot of right guards, well, here you go. Especially if you run the football, it's where Rocco's going to be at his best. But even pass protection, he's fine. Like, even if you throw the ball a lot, Rocco can definitely play for your specific squad. Last 89 before we dive into the 91s overall. Tyshim Johnson. Carter's slowly loading in here. 88 speed, 88 acceleration. Solid in coverage. Solid hit power. The problem with this card, one problem I got. 5'10". You're 5'10", man. And I'm not hating on that, but that is definitely undersized at the safety position. Great change of direction, great speed, good acceleration, good man, good zone. 5'10" is just crazy. That's the one flaw in Tyshim Johnson that I really see. The fact that you're 5'10" definitely leaves something to be desired. As you guys can see, the card art finally loading in. 91s I talked about last night a little bit, most of them. Mitchell Evans, I don't like this card. 85 speed, decent, obviously route runner, really solid run blocker. If you run the football a lot, do what you got to do. But this card, Tyler Warren, walks circles around Mitchell Evans. And so that's where I'm like, I just don't see any need to pick up this card. If you like running the football, pick up Warren at the tight end position over Mitchell Evans. To me, I do not like Mitchell Evans in the game whatsoever. Ricky Wyett III, this card's a beast. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Is not super tall. 6'1", he's fine though. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, solid route runner. One of your best wide receivers in the entire game. 85 juke. Pretty solid as well. This card is going to be a problem in the game for sure. If you come up against a Ricky Wyett III, you better have a good cornerback on the other end to defend against this card because once he gets loose, is gone. 90 speed, absolutely elite. Probably a top 5 wide receiver in the entire game. Jabar Muhammed, is he the Ricky Wyett stopper? Possibly. Another undersized guy though, only 5'10", great speed, solid in zone coverage primarily, so he probably fits my scheme perfectly. I just wish, this is just me, I just wish he was a little bit taller. 5'10" is crazy at the cornerback position. Card is really good. 5'10" is just really undersized. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you play zone coverage, he's going to be better than if you play man coverage. Just wish he was slightly taller. Walter Nolan up next. This is the card we didn't know we were getting. This card is a beast. 84 speed. 85 acceleration, 91 block shed, 90 power move, 89 finesse move, 6'4", 290. This guy is that man in college football ultimate team. The most complete defensive tackle in the game right now. This dude, Walter Nolan, is my favorite defensive tackle that we have in the game. And I don't even know if it's close. Like the defensive tackle we got, last Friday? Let's look at him compared to like Zach Swanson. His speed's better. His power move's way better. I mean, his block shed's better. If there's one card I like today, it's Walter Nolan. Know that. Take note of it. This is my favorite card that is coming out today. And last but certainly not least, we do see Jared Verse, right end out of Florida State. Really good block shed. Really good power move. Solid finesse move. Great strength. Really good tackler. The 93 tackling is crazy. 84 change of direction. Solid as well for Jared Verse. One thing I just wish he had. He's an end. So why is the defensive tackle that we just talked about have the exact same speed and acceleration, basically, as Jared Verse? That's maybe my only complaint is a guy like Walter Nolan, his speed and acceleration are 84 and 85. And then we go and look at Jared Verse, who has a speed and acceleration of 84 and 85. I'm not hating on the card because I think he's an overall solid card, but that's maybe one complaint, is I do wish a card was slightly faster. Great cards today. I'd say Walter Nolan, Ricky Wyett III, probably my 2 favorite cards. I do like Chris Paul Jr. as well. Obviously, offensive linemen I'm never going to be super high on, but if I was Shanks, I would be higher on than Spindler. That's going to wrap it up for my video. No real bad cards, though, today. Like, even Jabar Muhammed, I'm a fan of. He is just undersized, in my opinion. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.